Welcome to the 360 show. It's been a few weeks and it's great to be catching up with you again. We have a lot to cover. It's exciting times. There's a lot happening in the IPL. We've got a great guest today in the partnership segment for you, and I can't wait to share everything with you guys. So let's start off with the new ball. We have a few topics to discuss in the new ball segment this week, and I would actually like to start it a bit differently than usual. Zams, we've got our night watchman as per usual there next to me. Health and fitness. Zams, do you want to share some tips?
Health and fitness. Yeah, look, health is wealth, eh? And obviously you're a bit healthier than I am at the moment.
You stopped drinking, eh? For a while now.
I have. I'm on a 6-month sabbatical now.
Unbelievable.
Going well. I've stopped. Have you stopped?
I haven't stopped drinking, but I actually work out almost daily, 3 to 4 times a week. You know, Zams, golf is not a workout, eh?
Is it? Listen, it's part of the plan. You stop the drinking first, and then you move on to other things. I'm walking on the golf course. I'm gonna do the Comrades in 3 years.
Anyway, why I wanted to cover health and fitness, because as Zams says, it is wealth.
Wealth,
right? It is 100%. That's all we have. It's such a blessing to be healthy. And it's our responsibility to do as much as we can, nutrition-wise. And you don't need a gym, you know. I work out in my garden, actually. I have a rope tied to a branch. I climb up and down there. I do some sit-ups. I do some push-ups. I actually gym with my little daughter. I think I posted something on Instagram. But if you don't have a gym, it's no excuse. You can go for a 30-minute walk in the streets. There's a lot to do. Stay healthy. It's important, eh?
Are you talking to me or the audience now?
Anyway, let's move on. So with our key partnership segment today, we're going to be talking to a guest that's a really, really good friend of both of us. Can't wait to see his face. But I'm going to be talking to him about relationships. I know he's newly taken or dating the woman of his dreams, as he tells me. So we'll find out a bit more about that. But about relationships, what is the key? What is that about? I've been married for 10 years, so I obviously know the secret, but...
This is why you're here to share. We're here to listen. I'm sure our mystery guest would love to get some advice.
I can tell you, it starts with communication. That's the number one thing that you cannot get wrong.
Okay.
So whether it's a friend or a girlfriend, whether it's your wife or a golfing partner, it starts with communication. You can't arrive at the tee at 8 o'clock when you're actually supposed to be teeing off at 7:30. You know what I'm saying?
Remember when you lied to Danielle and said that you were going to do a shoot for golf and you're actually doing an interview, but you promised you're not going to do interviews with her anymore.
Yeah.
And then halfway through, you're like, no, actually, I can't lie to her. I'm going to tell her the truth now. It's fine. She'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
So it is communication.
Yeah, 100%. But a small lie is okay sometimes, as long as you know it's benefiting your partner and not taking them down. All right? So communication, people, it's key in relationships. It's key to be talking to our partner today, our key partnerships man. He is a great friend of ours, and we're going to be talking to him very soon. And I'm not going to give away who it is yet. You know who it is, Zams.
You went to a good school, yeah.
Yeah. You went to the same school together?
He went to a good school, yeah.
Oh, he went to a good school?
He followed me, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He followed in good tracks. So it is none other than, I'm not going to tell you, but he is the swiller, he's the thriller, he's the demolisher. He is David Miller. In this week's key partnerships, we have, as I mentioned before, we have a really good friend of both of us joining us today. He is a South African. He's a superstar. He's been incredible in this year's IPL, also last year's IPL. I'm busy giving it away, but I might as well because I've already sort of mentioned his name. It's none other than David Miller. But when you talk to hot people, people who are in form, people who are just dream people, great human beings, I'm starting to get the hot flushes. So I'm just going to get myself ready for this. Give me a minute, people. It's hot in here. It's David Miller. Dave, welcome and thanks for joining us, bud.
Thank you very much, Abbas. Thank you. It's good.
Did you enjoy that intro?
Jeez, that was the best intro I've ever had. I'm actually getting a bit flustered myself.
Listen, pup, we haven't caught up in ages. It's just great to see you on television, on the TV screen. I feel like a proper fan these days. I'm just like, get my popcorn ready, my slush puppy, my kids are watching. We laugh, we cry. I know exactly what it feels like, what it must have felt like to have followed me over the years. So You're doing great, but let's talk about something more interesting. I know for the last 10 years, you've been chasing a bigger dream than just playing cricket, and that is the love of your life. So, could you maybe just tell the people a little bit more about how did you reel it in? How did you make it work? Because I know it wasn't easy.
Yeah, thanks. I was putting me on the spot here, but yeah, look, it's really good to be on the show, and I mean, I'm a huge fan of you, as obviously we played a lot of cricket together. But moving on from that, the love of my life. Yeah, I mean, Camilla Harris, I met her a couple of years ago, very randomly through I mean, often these things happen. My dad had a horse auction in Cape Town, and yeah, he said to me, I must come and watch. I was in Cape Town. We played in Bloemfontein, I think it was the day before, playing in Cape Town on the Sunday. So it was a quick turnaround. And on the Saturday, he said, come to the horse polo, and I mean, the horse auction, and come and watch. I said, no, I've got a game tomorrow. I need to rest up. And yeah, anyway, he influenced me to come. It was about a 45-minute drive, and I was the only one in the room in the sense of not knowing anyone. I looked across the room and I spotted Camilla Harris, and
The
yeah,
rest was
kind of just
history.
got a different feeling to anyone else, and as you say, the rest is history.
100%, my bud. No, that's his biggest catch of his life. His biggest 100. There's no doubt about it. I don't think we have to share too much of the detail because I was literally there while this poor guy was stressing of how's he going to make an impact? How's he going to tell her that he feels this way about her? Great to see David Miller like that because that's not what he's like on the park, that's for sure. Lunks, we've been following him for years. Eh? What a player.
We've seen him struggle off the field for at least a decade. But the thing is, he went to a good school, so you knew he's eventually going to get it right. And I'm proud. As a college boy, I'm proud that Miller's got over the
Maritzburg
line.
College, throwing the hats in the air. I think you threw your college hat in the air with this one, David.
Yeah, I did. Look, I suppose they say like a bottle of red wine, they mature with age.
Hey, there we go. I like that. Listen, David Miller, let's get to the serious stuff. We're very happy that your missus is there. You obviously become a better player with your better half there in the room, which we love. We love watching you score runs. But let's get to the business end of the story. You guys won the tournament last year, Gujarat Titans. Unbelievable cricket team. I'm obviously an RCB fan, but I think you guys are going to win it again. So what's been the secret there? Hardik Pandya's captaincy, just a great balance. Rashid Khan is there. Everywhere I look, I see quality. Shami with the new ball. What's been the secret in your opinion?
Yeah, Abbas, I think it's been a very successful year last year. You know, a lot of people wrote us off from the start, and I think the guys just, you know, we won one or two games early up that were kind of tight games. And as you would know in the IPL, you know, crossing the line on those tight games makes a big difference in the campaign. And we kind of just grew with confidence from that. And then, you know, just somehow managed to win games that we should never have won. And right the way through, somehow just got the momentum going and kept it all the way until the trophy. So for me, it was one of the most successful kind of periods, you know, 6 weeks of my life with my cricket in terms of a squad. And to answer your question, I think, you know, I look back on it, and even now, I mean, we started really well, so there's still a lot to do the rest of the season. But I think all the way through, there was contributions from every player at some stage, whether it was a diving save, a diving catch that changed the momentum of the game. You know, Rahul Tewatia, Rashid Khan coming in and winning games by facing 4 or 5 balls right at the end, you know, where other guys have scored 70, 80 and make a big impact in the game. It's those smaller contributions that I feel has really made us win games as a team. And obviously with the ball, we've got some world-class bowlers that are really, you know, you can kind of just bank on them. Everyone has their, you know, their good days and bad days, but I just feel like our bowling attack is really mature as players. Kind of a really good team performance, I would say. We don't necessarily rely on 1 or 2 players. If they don't perform, the other guys kind of pick up the slack. So I think it kind of just works and got a great environment as well. So really enjoying
Yeah,
it.
you mentioned something very important there, and something I've believed in throughout my whole career. If you get a bunch of players, competitive players, together in a team, it's really difficult to stop. And then you add a bit of talent, you add a bit of luck as well, add a bit of calmness and composure in the coaching staff area, and you've got yourself a tournament-winning team. Dave, I've got your stats pulled up here of your whole IPL career since 2012. We all know you've played for 8 years at the Kings 11, 2 years at Rajasthan then, and now it's your second year at the Gujarat Titans. But the interesting thing is I can clearly see where Camilla comes in here.
There's definitely a BC before Camilla. Yeah, the 100. I saw that as well. He looks happy.
People, I mean, 2022, average of 68.71, strike rate of 142. 2023 so far, averaging 50 at the strike rate of 150. Those are match-winning figures right there. Your whole IPL career is a career of an incredible player. 38 average, 140 strike rate, 139. It'll be over 140 after the end of this tournament. Which takes me to my point. You are the most underpaid player in the IPL. Congratulations.
Thanks, Amos. Appreciate it.
That's just my 5 cents, my opinion. I think you deserve a lot better than you're getting. But anyway, Davey, all the very best with the Gujarat Titans for the rest of the season. I know that table is looking jam-packed. For you guys, not so jam-packed. I think you guys are probably through already, maybe on mathematical, technical difficulties, maybe not yet. So one more win. But I know the standards you guys keep, you want to win all of it. Lungs, you said Gujarat Titans also for the win, right?
I've said it from the very beginning. They're going to win this weekend again. We're actually celebrating our 160th year as a college boy, so he's going to donate his win to Goldstones. We'll have a drink for him with the mates that can't be in India. I'm just happy. And thanks, Camilla. I know she's in the room. Thanks, Miss Harris. Everything that you've done is just... You've changed this young man into a superstar, and long may it continue. So, thank you.
Oh, no, it's a pleasure, guys. Listen, I think if we end up winning, I think, as you mentioned, the donations going to Goldstones at Maritzburg College. I think a portion is going to go towards getting you a new cap, Zams. Because that's, I mean, I don't know if you're playing golf there in Scotland or not, but yeah, we can work on that.
It's coming hard. I like that. Dave, just a quick one away from the IPL. We've covered quite a bit of the IPL now, and we don't want you to make too many calls. The future of your cricketing life, number one, what's your biggest goal ahead? Number two, from a social perspective, I know there's, and I'm not going to mention where, but I know there's a bit of a farming interest for you away from the game in the future. Maybe tell us a little bit about that. You don't have to say where it is, but I find that very exciting. And needless to say, I like the fact that it's pretty close to where I go on holiday. So we'll be seeing a little bit of each other in the future. But just those two things, your goals for your cricketing future, maybe how long you're going to play for, what do you aspire to be in the next 3 to 5 years? Where do you see yourself going? And from a social point of view, tell us a little bit about that farm.
Yeah, but I think, in terms of cricket, I've played a long time now, and I still feel like I've got a lot more in me. As you would know, I think it's all at this age, it comes down to just looking after your body and making sure you're in tip-top shape. And yeah, so to answer your question, as long as I can. Kind of take it from year to year. We've got a World Cup at the end. We've just qualified for the World Cup, so we can celebrate for that. So we're going to
Under a bit of pressure
protest
there.
going to the World Cup. Yeah, no, we were under the pump, but we got through that one. And yeah, so a World Cup at the end of the year. That's going to be a big one, and really looking forward to being a part of that at some stage. And then, yeah, just in terms of cricket, as long as I can. Socially, yeah, you mentioned a farm. I'm looking to kind of look for some land in George. I've got family there. The Western Cape is also a beautiful part of the world. So I'm obviously based in Durban. I've got a house there, but at some stage, I'd like to see what's happening in George, where my uncle has a strawberry farm, and obviously looking to expand his farm, from year to year. So there's one or two opportunities there that I'd like to kind of get over the line. yeah, and I mean, I'm 34 in June next month, and so hopefully in the next 3 to 5 years, I'm married and got a few kids.
Oh,
Yes,
it's all
sis.
happening here on the 360 show.
Did you want Camilla? Yes.
I love
sis.
it.
David Miller.
Listen, so people, he's talking about a farm. It's the Red Berry Farm. It's close to George. If you're ever in South Africa, wherever you're from, it's worth visiting. And Davey, yes, you guys had us stressed out with that World Cup. I don't think it would have been the worst thing if we had to qualify. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be in India.
In Zim.
Is it-
They would have had to go to Zim for the qualifier
Oh, I
tournament.
didn't know that. You see,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought the
So
qualifiers
that's why
would be
he's so
in
happy.
India.
No.
And then you play the World Cup, and that is like a nice warm-up. But anyway, no, okay. We did
That's why
good.
he's so relieved.
We
He
did
doesn't
very
have to go
good.
to Zim. Yeah.
Dave, we're looking forward to the rest. You're only 33 years old, so looking forward to the future and looking forward to you playing very well over the rest of the games. We're going to make you part of our next segment, which is called Quick Singles. It's a true and false. It's 10 questions, right?
Yeah, it's 10. It's quick ones. Look, we're not going to make it mathematical equations because AB, I'm not going to get into
great.
that.
Anyway,
So
Dave, hold on 1 second, Dave. So we're in a team this week. It's 10 questions, 5 to you, 5 to me. If we don't get 8 out of 10, am I right?
Yeah.
At least 8 out of 10 or more, then we will be punished. I'll take the punishment on your behalf if we don't get it right, and I'll post something on social media where I fulfill this punishment. And if we get it right, if we get 8 or more out of 10, we'll chat to the man next to me with what he's got to do for our viewers. Okay, Zams, fire away.
If it's not true or false, I'm just going to give you 2 options and you're going to give me the option. But whoever answers first, that's the answer I'm taking from both of you. So, yeah.
Are we not making turns? Dave, then me, then Dave, then me.
Okay, we get 5 each and then
Okay.
it's a collaboration. So I'll start with AB, Age Before Beauty.
Yes.
The first official T20 match was played in 2005 or 2003?
2005. No, man.
Shame. Dave, again, you're going to have to rescue the top order here. The first ever T20 international century was scored by Brendan McCullum or Chris Gale?
Jeepers, that's I know McCullum was RPL. We partnership, yeah, so McCullum.
Fuck, you should not have listened to AB de
No, you're
Villiers.
kidding me. International, McCullum.
International.
AB.
You want to argue with facts?
Okay, Dave, we got to get
Can I
8 out
just-
of 8. Sorry, bud.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you said international.
Oh, really? Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay, no, it's Chris Gale.
Yeah, Chris. You see, there's an internet connection thing. Wi-Fi is not good. Okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just lost you there for a second.
I'm sure you did. Thanks, David. AB, cricket has been featured at the Olympic Games before. True or false?
Can't be true. Surely not. It's Commonwealth Games, not Olympic Games. There's no ways. It can't be, Zams. Don't tell me Olympic Games.
Olympic Games.
Golf, yes. Cricket.
Yes, you guys are terrible. In 1900, it's true, first of all. So, Dave, yes, you are.
I can't believe this. This is harder than the previous week.
Okay. David, keeping with the previous theme, who was the first team to win the 50-over Cricket World Cup in 1975? A bit before your time.
Yes,
Are you gonna give us options?
I mean, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna just because I'm gonna go either England or India.
You're having a mare.
Jeez, you're having a mare.
Okay, it's fine.
No, you give me.
I agree, Dave. That's 1 point down for them.
Australia or West Indies?
There we go. Windy, surely.
I'm gonna go Australia.
Jeez, David. Yes, you're putting our school to shame here. West Indies in 1975. Yo,
So we're naught from 4.
yeah, look, we might as well stop now, but we'll carry on to see if you get something.
No, wait. We'll ask the viewers after this about some technicals and, there's some 50-50 good stuff here.
AB, Steve Waugh's world record breaking test team won 17 tests in a row. True or false?
17.
True or false? Is it 17? True or false?
Number.
Not your favorite number?
I could swear they won 17 ODIs in a row, not test matches.
Test
but I'm
matches.
going to go, yes, it's true. Please don't tell me it's false. I'm going to break my phone. I'm going to eat it.
16.
I'm all but bad. Come on,
Good,
man.
true or false?
Okay.
David, you're a man who likes farms, touch with nature, out the park and all that. The Ashes urn is made out of terracotta or English willow?
Terracotta.
Well done, David Miller.
See, there's a trick question. This guy did his
Definitely did
homework.
woodwork at Mansfield College. Well done, bud. Who bowled the fastest ball in 2022 Test cricket? Was it Mitchell Starc or was it Trent Bolt?
Trick question probably again, so it's Trent Bolt. But I'm want to go Stark. But
okay.
because you're
Just
tricking me the whole time.
Stop. I know it's tricking you. It's a simple
But
question. It
Stark is
happens.
much quicker than Bolt. It's not
So
even
why would you say Bolt?
because you've been tricking me the
I'm
whole
not
time.
tricking you. It's a simple question. It's Stark.
Okay,
Thanks, David.
Mitchell
Miller.
Stark, surely.
Okay, Dave, you'll still be playing in this. The T20 World Cup in 2024, that's next year before you get married. Is it going to have 24 teams or 20 teams? It's going to be the most teams in history.
I'm going to go for 20.
Well done. Dave, see,
Hey,
if you've just gone at
Papalapi.
this alone, I'm going to give you one last one for the both of you.
Bonus point.
Bonus point here.
Yes.
If you get this one right, so I'm not going to give you clues. I'm just going to ask you for a name. If you get it right, you've actually passed the whole thing.
We get 5 bonus points for this one.
Sure, you need 5. Who is the first batsman to score 7,000 IPL runs?
Virat Kohli. Come on.
Jeez, I've given you that away.
Yeah,
I've given that to
beauty.
you just because it's sad to see you lose so much.
Oh no, thanks, bud. We've passed, so we're going to
You
have to
passed
punish
this one
him.
time. Not a chance.
Listen, everyone. David, thanks for joining us. That's the end of the quick single segment. And Davey, you're an absolute legend. One of the best human beings I've ever met. Keep being you. Keep scoring runs in that IPL and take your team all the way. All the very best. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much, Abbas. Thanks, Zams. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, David Miller. Listen, if you want to get engaged, I've heard the Taj Mahal is a great place.
And
Some have done it.
I
I've
can
heard.
find you a place to buy some diamonds as well.
Jeez.
Some diamonds.
Oh, we have to take this. We're going to have to take this off the show.
To strawberries.
You set yourself up there. Just Davo, enjoy. Take care.
Cheers, guys. Thanks very
Cheers,
much.
bud.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Run chasers, wet balls, impact players, small grounds, big grounds, flat wickets, turning tracks. It's all happening in the Fair Play Super Over. We've got a lot to discuss in this week's Fair Play Super Over. There's a lot of games up until Sunday. 2 double headers against Saturday and Sunday. And I'm going to be making some picks right on here this week. Don't take it as financial advice or don't take it as fantasy dream league advice. But I'm going to be giving you my wins and losses this week. And it's a few must-wins for a lot of teams in this year's IPL table, which is a jam-packed one.
Remember when you made picks and you had people that you thought were going to go all the way? I'm not going to revisit them now, but I'm just reminding you of the picks you made.
Yeah, 2 out of my 4 are still going very, very strong.
I don't want to talk. I'm just reminding you.
Okay.
This is a super over, Fair Play Super Over now. I'm just reminding you that you made picks early in the tournament.
Hold on. Who's going to win the tournament, Sams? No
Who's gonna win the
knockouts or
tournament?
semis or nonsense like that. Who's going to lift the trophy this year?
David Miller's Gujarat Titans.
I agree, actually, with that. Even though I want RCB to be there.
I'm not attached to RCB in that way, so I can say hand on heart.
Yeah, but I mean
Gujarat
it
Titans.
coming from a good place. I just feel there's chemistry in that Gujarat Titans team. I hope they prove me wrong. I really do. And I hope RCB will be there. But with Hardik and the guys, there's just chemistry. It looks difficult to beat those guys at the moment. So they are also my team to lift the trophy this year. Anyway, let's get back to a game that I watched recently, RCB Mumbai Indians. Wankhede Stadium. If you are on the fantasy leagues and you are picking your teams and your players, you would have realized after 20 overs that RCB is definitely going to win that game. But with me, having played the game a little bit, I could see on telly the guys walking out with the little cloths in their pants, and I thought, okay, here we go. There's a bit of dew around. We know Wankhede Stadium is small. It's a flat wicket. It's difficult to defend. I never thought 199 was going to be enough. So we've seen 7 200 chases this year, where in the whole of the IPL, there's been 20, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is absolutely ridiculous. Why is that?
I mean, Wankhede, you'll know, but it's one of the best batting tracks in India. And again, the momentum of that crowd, when it's at capacity, it feels like anything's possible. Maybe you can talk about just being in the middle when it seems like a lot and one flies off the bat and suddenly you've got momentum.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how that chase happened. The fielder's body language that you're talking about suddenly changed once you as a batsman see that guys are on the back foot instead of defending 200 comfortably,
You sniff the blood.
there we go. Tell us
Yeah,
about
yeah.
sniffing the blood.
I think it's quite an interesting one. I think that first of all, the game is evolving. Okay, it's not what it was last year, and it's incredible to see how all these youngsters are coming through. The older guys are changing their games. They are all of a sudden. I mean, look at the guys playing lap shots. Everyone is doing that now. It's not just the one or two in a team anymore. We see Faf du Plessis doing it on a regular basis. We see Sky, who, by the way, is my man of the week. He's found his form again. He went through a bit of a patch, but now he's back with a vengeance, and it's great to see that. But the other thing is wet balls. I think there's been a bit of dew in India at night. It's always easier to chase when the ball's skidding on a bit with a wet one. So, yes, it's been incredible to see. But once again, the grounds. As my night watchman mentioned now, the Wankhede Stadium is fantastic to chase. Mohali is great to chase. RCB's field, Chinnaswamy. What's the other one I'm missing out on? Kolkata Knight Riders,
They're
Eden
all
Gardens.
great batting surfaces. Eden Gardens.
I wouldn't say all of them. I mean, look at Lucknow's field. It's turning, it's tough, low scoring.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for the World Cup, but that's another conversation.
And the last thing, sorry, Zams, but the impact player. Has that been the reason why there's been big chases? Is it because there's an extra batter in the order? It gives the openness in the number 3 and 4 a bit more freedom to explore and to have a go. It could be that. I think it's a combination of all of the above.
My impact player has been Jaiswal.
Yeah.
He spent the winter in the gym, and you can see the difference in the way that he hits the ball through the line. He's got every shot in the book. And his life story is flipping unbelievable. The IPL changes lives. And that guy went from selling Panapuri to winning games for Rajasthan Royals and IPL. It's amazing.
It is remarkable, and I think a lot of credit's got to go to Josh Butler as well. It's always nice for a youngster like that who's been a little bit lost to all of a sudden find a very experienced, down-to-earth, very talented player at the other end as well. And if you have that combination going, that chemistry, you feel at home and your true talent comes out. And Jaiswal certainly showed that. But my pick of the week is still Sky. I mean, the guy is just, he looks unbeatable. When he gets going, he literally hits the ball wherever he wants to, and it's just a joy to watch. So keep your eyes on Surya Kumar for the rest of the tournament, because the Mumbai Indians are not far away from qualifying for the knockouts. I think, to be safe, they need 2 out of 3 wins for the last 3 games. Maybe all 3, depends on net run rates and all of that. It's a very, very entertaining table we've got there. Zams, I see that every single team can still qualify for the knockouts.
Pretty much. I want to touch on some friends of yours and maybe some friends of mine who are not seeing a lot of action at the moment, and how tough it is to change when your team's on contention and you're winning. Guys like Quinny have been twiddling thumbs. Quite a few South Africans this year, actually. Sitting on the sidelines, twiddling thumbs, not getting a game. And how tough is that? You didn't have that problem. But
It's very, very difficult for me to watch Quinton de Kock sit on the side of the field. I mean, he's one of the most talented batters I've ever seen in my life. He can win any game of cricket from anywhere. He's fantastic behind the stumps. He's a captain's dream with regards to information about field placings, bowling changes, wet fields, all sorts. It's tough to watch him. I know it's the dynamic of the tournament. We've seen Mayers playing really good cricket, and it was impossible just to come in and replace him. So it's just one of those things. It's the IPL. It's the biggest and the best tournament in the world, and that's why you see stuff like that happening. It's not easy for me still. I really just don't like it. It actually takes me to another point I wanted to discuss with everyone out there. It's hot on the lips of all the cricket lovers around the world. Are the IPL players getting paid enough? They're getting 17%, in comparison to the NBA, NFL, which is over the 40s, I think over 35 to 45%. It leaves, in my opinion, a window open for other tournaments, other leagues to possibly compete with the IPL, maybe even steal a little bit from them, which I hope won't happen. But if you leave a door open, things start happening.
Cheapers.
I don't know.
It's a 17% of a hell of a lot of 100%.
It's not enough, that's for sure. I mean, the cricketers are so happy because they're still earning good money with compared to what they used to back in the day. I was over the moon. It changed my life completely. It's not that we're ungrateful or anything, but if you compare it to other sports around the world, the IPL players are highly underpaid. It's just one of those things. After all, the cricket players are the entertainers. I know there are organisers that run things behind the scenes, but the cricket players should be looked after, because if there are no cricket players, there are no cricket games.
What if they turned around and said, okay, if you want 50% of the revenue that we make, we're going to change the season into a full year, like an English Premier League, like an NBA, where people are 7, 8, 9, 10 months of the year playing one league.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I absolutely love that idea. I've been saying it for a while. I've been discussing it with friends. An IPL tournament going on for 8, 9 months in different areas of the world, different countries, different states, different cities, and you still play as the Super Kings. Instead of the Chennai Super Kings, it's the Super Kings, and it's the Royal Challengers. You know what I'm saying? Playing around the world in an 8, 9 month tournament after 9 months of competing in all forms of the game, not all forms of the game, in all kinds of conditions. In T20 cricket, you lift the trophy, and there's a huge prize pool. And I just feel it'll be great for other countries as well to take part in what's a global tournament.
Cheapers, you're opening a can of worms here, because there's already devils all over the world. There's Mumbai Indians all over the world, and Cape Town, and that in US cricket, they all feel like that's their piece of the pie, where they have their team. It's owned by an Indian, but it's still Mumbai, Cape Town.
Yeah.
So now suddenly, when you have 9 months, that kills all those competitions straight away, because why would you play anywhere else except the IPL, which owns those teams anyway?
Yeah, but you make the local team still part of it. So the IPL franchise comes and gives 30% to Mumbai, Cape Town, and they gel together as one big team. They'll have a business model. Please don't criticize me. I'm just throwing it out there. It would be exciting. That's how the English Premier League have done incredibly well over numerous years. I feel the IPL and the BCCI have grown to such an extent that they're big enough to do a global tournament. And everyone wants to watch T20 cricket. We want to watch it all over the world, in Australia, in New Zealand, England, South Africa, but bring the Indian people and get them involved. I mean, imagine watching Virat Kohli in some semi-finals at Lord's playing against
I hear you.
Mumbai.
I can see it. But where's your international window to play big test match series?
You got to have to make a plan to make sure you still look after that. I'm not saying 9 months completely just full of cricket, but before you lift the trophy at the IPL, just put it on ice for a little bit, and you take it further in England a month later, where you spend 5 weeks. You go to Aussie, you spend 4 weeks there. Shorter tournaments, maybe in 3 weeks. You have just like legs there.
So it goes around the world like Formula One.
Goes around the world. You end off in India for the ultimate finale. I think it'll be fantastic. Anyway, that's my 5 cents. I'm very thankful that I'm not the organizer of that.
That's more than 5 cents. You open up. I'm sure the comments are going to go crazy about this, and some people are going to have some strong opinions. But it's making the money and it's changing people's lives. So why not take it around the world?
There you go. I would like to hear your comments. So last but not least, and I think the reason you've all come here for is our picks. They want to know who's going to win.
Not our picks. Your picks. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm not picking anything.
I've got to bring the night watchman in here. Your say is important.
I'll pass the strike on to you. I've got nothing to do with it.
Anyway, as you know, the table is absolutely jam-packed. Everyone can still qualify for the IPL, for the Tata IPL 2023. Let's look after Tata for a change, just in case people forget about Tata. The picks of the week. Friday, 12 May, it's Mumbai Indians and the Gujarat Titans. But it's at the Wankhede Stadium. Mumbai Indians with a lot of momentum, but they're playing against the former champions. That is a tough pick. It really is. I'm going to go with the Gujarat Titans because I feel they're going to win the tournament. Unless they rest some players, but that's my pick. Saturday, 13 May, Sunrise. It's a double header. Sunrisers, Hyderabad, Lucknow, Super Giants in Hyderabad. It's a must-win for both these teams, and it's a tough one. I think the Sunrisers are going to win there. I love the fact that Adam Markland's captain, Heinrich Klaassen in the form of his life. I think there's enough experience there, even though they're still a youngish team. They've got a bit of momentum after winning that last game. It's the Sunrisers for me in that first leg of the doubleheader. The Capitals will be playing Punjab Kings in Delhi in the second leg that evening on Saturday. Whew, another tough one. Oh my goodness. Capitals got to win 4 in a row to qualify, but I do think the Punjab Kings will not win that one. I'm going to go with the Delhi Capitals. I think they're finding a bit of form. Sunday, another doubleheader. Sunday, 14 May, Rajasthan Royals again against RCB, my RCB in Jaipur. Must I be truthful or?
Let's be honest.
I'm gonna go with RCB. They like to be pushed into a corner. They are probably going to have to win all 3 games. It's away from home against Rajasthan Royals. I've said earlier that Rajasthan will lose in Eden Gardens, so they'll come with no confidence. I think RCB is going to win that one on Sunday. And the second leg, the CSK against KKR in Chennai, it's all the way CSK. It's one of my favorite teams of this tournament. For this year's IPL, and I think they will be very close to that final come the end of the tournament. So it's CSK with that second leg. And that is the conclusion of the 360 show, the conclusion of the Fair Play Super Over. And I really hope you enjoyed your time. Thank you very much, Night Watchman.
Thanks for commenting about my health. Thanks, AB. Thanks.
You're not too bad, bud. You're right. You've stopped drinking. I mean, it's a great effort.
Speaking of people in the corner, did you see Virat and Karl Myers going at it at the end of that game, RCB? That shows that people care.
It's actually Gautam Gambhir. I'm not... Look, obviously I'm on Virat's side. I mean...
I knew that before I asked the question.
Gautam Gambhir is a short fuse. So when someone like Virat, who's in the arena, is celebrating and is emotional about the game of cricket, which has always been like, you can't from outside then judge him. You just can't do that. You can't get involved. So I'm not blaming Gambhir. He's also an emotional character. The characters have always clashed. So it's just not ideal. I'm on Virat, in Virat's corner, obviously. It's just not nice to see that on the cricket field. I don't like it when management and players get involved with each other. It shouldn't be that way.
It's good to see it because that shows that people care and they want to win the trophy. If they just walked away and kumbaya and had cups of tea,
Thank you.
No one cares.
Thank you very much. And that is officially the end of the 360 show.